Back in the early 80s when I was living in New Jersey for that year with my sister, I was on the phone with this girl. And as we're hanging up, she says, "Oh, by the way, Richie O'Brien got hit by a train." What? Is he alive? Is he dead? She didn't know anything. She didn't even know him. She just heard the story. She didn't know he was my best friend or anything. So I can't really be mad at her, but I was bugging the fuck out. I'm like, what the? Is he alive? Is he dead? Did he lose a leg? Did he lose an arm? Because a lot of people in Astoria, for some freaking crazy reason, got hit by a train. There's like 3 of them that I know, besides him now. So I'm like, I gotta call his house. And I'm nervous. I mean, I was really nervous because I didn't know what state he was in, if he was alive or dead, and how I'm gonna make this phone call. Hi, is Richard there? I can't do that now, you know? I had to come up with a new way of making the call. So I sat there for, I would say, over a half an hour thinking about how am I going to call? How am I going to make this call to his parents? If he's dead, they're going to be devastated. Or if he lost a limb, I don't know how to do this. I figure maybe I'll just say, "Hi, Mr. O'Brien," or "Hi, Mrs. O'Brien. How you doing?" And start it out like that and let them fill me in. So I get the nerve to make the call. And Mr. O'Brien enthusiastically was happy to hear from me. He goes, "Hey, Tom, how are you?" So right off the bat, I knew it wasn't bad. Or, as you know, I just felt it was good. And he goes, "How are you?" We talked. "Hey, you want to talk to Rich?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, good." So Richard fills me in on the gory details, 60 stitches or some shit in his head, and broken wrist and elbow, and yada yada yada, lacerations. I met Richard in school, so I brought him to my neighborhood. He didn't live far anyway, but I brought him to my friends about a year prior. So they liked him. He was hanging out with John. John would bring him around too. So they got a kick out of him because he was funny and he was smart. So I guess they were hanging out up on the tracks, and they were a little bit too close, and they pulled back, and something stuck out and hit him in the head and knocked him down the hill, and he became like a folk hero, a legend, the way he handled it. He had them laughing with his jokes and his good spirits. The ambulance had a flat tire, so they had to wait for another ambulance, and he was cracking jokes in the meantime, and they all got a kick out of him. They were asking him crazy, questions to see if he was coherent, if he had a concussion, how his brain was functioning. Like count to 100 backwards by 7s. Yeah, I couldn't do that if I was sober and didn't get hit by a train. They all laughed. Who's the president of the United States? Unfortunately, Ronald Reagan. They got a kick out of that. He was just joking around. And, they asked him questions. He did okay. And as he was getting into the ambulance, finally, the second ambulance, he said, "Don't worry, I can't die. I'm Richard O'Brien." And everyone will always remember that. They say it all the time. I wouldn't have known how to live life without him. It would have been really hard.